Libra. Well, happy December, happy holidays. Libra is the greatest sign of the zodiac. I am Libra. I'm Libra sun. So, I have read for us twice before, and I got a weird anxiety thing. I think Libras will know, like, will understand. I can't really explain what happened, but third time's a charm. So, third time I'm reading, the Magician popped up twice, so that's a strong message. But let's get on to our spiritual readings. Hold on. Gotta put on my timer because my DSLR likes to shut off in the middle of filming. Okay, so we have your angels. Our angels are opal. It says your children on earth and in heaven are happy and well cared for by God and the angels. Some of you might be thinking of your children. We have another message that flew out that said, Xana, Angel Xana says, you are protected from all types of harm. The worst is now behind you. I ask you to relax and feel safe. Maybe that's like the anxiety I was feeling. Let me read from the book. Xana says, no matter what has happened in the past, your present and future are now safely protected by angels. I am helping you to heal from past upsets or trauma. I am helping you heal your heart of worry or fear. I am here to help you release any self-sabotaging thoughts or behaviors. That's what I was feeling, was like self-sabotage, and I knew it. There was like good cards in those other two readings, but I got like all this anxiety. So I'm glad that this message is coming through. And maybe some of you Libras can relate. Xana goes on to say, I am here, in other words, to help you enjoy a renewed sense of safety and peace of mind. The other angels and I stand guard around you, your home, your family, your vehicles, and your workplace. You can rest assured that no lower energies can permeate our protective field. We only allow the energy of love to enter wherever you and your loved ones reside. All expressions of fear are transmuted back to the field of illusions from whence they came. Ooh, I like that. Go back. Do not, don't make me fearful. God and the angels ask that you relax and enjoy yourself, for your happiness brings a smile to heaven. Oh, I like that. And it's true. I feel like, you know, Libras are kind of like this like light in the world. They're, sweeties, right? We're sweeties until you cross us. Well, and I'm on a Scorpio cusp too, so if you cross me, you're definitely getting revenge. But, yes, our smiles are the light of the world. So Angel Opal says, this is the angel of children. She says, your worries about your children have been received as prayers here in heaven. We understand your concerns, so we surround your souls and bodies of your children with our loving care. This is a time for you to release your children to God and know that your Creator is their true parent. God is pure love without judgment or anger. He can never abandon you or your children, nor would he want to. As one of your children's guardian angels, I watch over them ceaselessly. I never tire of keeping my watchful eye upon them, for as I gaze upon your children, I see their divine light. Oh, yes. Children are angels. They're so sweet. I see their true perfection, their goodness, and their innocence. I ask that you see your children through my eyes, which will help their love and light to be fully expressed. I love you. I love your children, and your children love you. Oh, that's so sweet. I tutored for a long time, and I haven't been able to tutor because I have tried to pare down my activities, and I was suffering a really severe depression and didn't, like, I could feel it, like, seeping over to the children, and I just like didn't want that, you know, because they're so pure, and I didn't want to like ruin them with my stuff. So I pulled away. I've been missing them so much, and the other day I walked past the tutor center, and one of my kids was like, Miss Lauren, Miss Lauren. It was so sweet. It touched my heart. She remembered my name, and I love her. Anyway. Let's clarify plea and the Wheel of Fortune. Maybe we're pleading for our luck to change. I know I am. Spirit, Spirit, please surround us with the warm, white, loving light of God. Please protect us from all who seek to do us harm. Please give us God-given guidance for the highest good of all, for Libra and all those who love Libra. Please protect us from all who seek to do us harm. Please surround us with the warm, white, loving light of God. Can you clarify plea and the Wheel of Fortune for Libra and all those who love Libra in their spiritual lives? For Libra and all those who love Libra. 2 more shuffles. I love these tiny itty bitty tarot cards. They're new. They're so cute. We have 7 of Cups. We have the King of Leaves or the King of Swords. And we have the Devil reversed. Ooh, I like it. So what I'm seeing in this story is 7 of Cups is often like a daydream imagination card. And in the traditional Rider-Waite deck, it shows 7 cups, and one of the, like, one cup has, like, angels coming out of it. Another cup has jewels coming out of it, but then another cup has, like, dragons and death, right? So, it's your imagination. It's, having all these different cups where each cup can be a different thing, so we can let our imaginations run wild from our highest, the highest dreams that we want for ourselves to the, our, like, biggest nightmares, right? And so perhaps we are in a space right now where there is some uncertainty. So when there is not a whole lot of clarity, then we fill it with our own imaginations, with our own fantasies, daydreams, all of that. And again, some are good, some are bad. We have the King of Leaves right here, or the King of Swords, so that's definitely our energy. You may also be dealing with an Aquarius or a Gemini. But the King of Swords is someone who is, you know, he's definitely gained mastery over his mental state, over his thoughts, his logic, and he is very much like by the law and by logic. So he's like, if this, then that, right? So if I do this, then this will happen. So perhaps you are playing with these imaginations, thinking like, you know, if I run into my ex, these are what's likely to happen. Or if I quit my job, this is what's likely to happen. So you're kind of like milling over those choices, whatever predicament is in your life right now. You're handling it as a King of Swords would, which is to say that you're handling it very, very logically. The King of Swords makes sure that all is fair, all is just, all is equal. I mean, he is typically, a lot of times the King of Swords is a Libra in a lot of decks. So it's like a man of the law, a judge, a military man. So he doesn't make choices from a point of his own desires or from, you know, any sort of favoritism towards anyone. He makes his decisions based off of what is good for the greater good. What is the best choice for everyone involved. Love it. Next we have the Devil reversed, and the Devil reversed, like, upright. I hate him. He's butthole. He's the bully inside your head, and it's like something all of us humans have to live with. Reversed, it's like surmounting this devil. So whenever the devil is upright, you know, if you think of Lucifer, Lucifer was banished from heaven. So Lucifer did not follow the love and the respect of God. So the angels and God and everyone of heaven said, okay, you can't be with us anymore. You have to stay on earth. So the devil isn't able to elevate like the rest of us. Like whenever we die, our souls elevate to heaven, right? But as long as we're in human form, the devil is part of us. So we all have our vices, we all have our addictions, we all have our limitations of the flesh, right? Even like our addictions, it's like if you're addicted to food, like if you're like an overeater, like we have to have food to survive, right? If you are addicted to sex, it's like sex is really important in our physical health. So even our most basic human needs sometimes can turn into this distorted reality. And the devil is also with us because he knows he can't elevate into the heavens. He knows he can't elevate spiritually. Even if you don't believe in like biblical stuff, it's like someone who is trapped in this 3D form and cannot ascend to 5D, right? Someone who a very like superficial, banal part of humanity cannot get to the next, like elevate their minds, elevate their heart, elevate their spirit. The devil is, because he can't elevate, because he can't ascend to the next level, because he's stuck on earth, he wants to keep people on earth. So he's that voice inside your head that creates fear. And he says, you're not good enough, no one will ever love you, you know, everyone you love loves someone else, you are not talented enough, just any number of things. Whatever you hear inside your head that tears you down and has this like negative self-talk, and it's like cyclical, right? It just keeps like repeating and repeating. That is the devil. He's called the troll in this deck, which is awesome because if you know about internet trolls who are just buttholes to be buttholes and don't actually like, I don't know, they just say like stupid stuff to throw you off your game. It's like that. The devil is just like an internet troll. And so in that regard, when the devil is reversed, you are kind of taking away their power, you know, right? Like you're realizing like, you know, this is just kind of like a pathetic person behind a computer screen. I'm not going to let them ruin my day. So it's a lot like that. If someone's being a jerk online, then you kind of understand, like it's kind of like pitying, you know, like if you're familiar with Lord of the Rings, it's like a Gollum energy. Like you pity them, you feel sorry for them because their life is just so pathetic, right? But you know that you have to move away from them, to leave them, because it's for your highest good. And again, it's like, as a king of swords, you can't have favoritism. You can't let your emotions and your pity towards these people, towards this voice, towards this entity affect what's good for the overall, for the greater good, right? And it's like making peace with the devil too, because you can't really escape him. Like we all need vices, we all have human urges, and in some ways shadow energies can help us in our help us ascend, because we sort of deny them, and it's like it motivates us to elevate, it motivates us to do better. We also have the plea card over the Wheel of Fortune, and the plea card is traditionally the Five of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles is being left out in the cold, feeling abandoned. So, you know, perhaps that's part of this negative self-talk, is to tell yourself that no one is there for you, that you're all alone. Feelings of abandonment, poverty mentality, a feeling of lack, and that could be in money or in love, in you know, your community, any number of things. But the advice for the Five of Pentacles, it usually shows a couple who's in threadbare clothes and they're out in the cold walking outside of a church, and the message is to just go inside of the church and ask for help. So I put plea as like asking for help, right? So you may be in a state where you are asking for help either from your spiritual team, your spirit guides, your ancestors, your angels, God. You're asking for help from them, or it could be your external world, you know, like you're asking more help from your family and from the people who love and support you. And by doing this, you know it's for the greater good. You know asking for help for yourself will help everyone else involved, because you can't have this devil disrupting your ability to be your best self, right? So if you take care of yourself and surmount the devil, then it's like you are putting the wheel of fate in your hands. You're turning the wheel of fortune in your favor, right? So this is great. It's like it's like learning a karmic lesson. The wheel of fortune is kind of like divine timing, right? And a lot of times we're at the will of divine timing. But one key component of divine timing is learning our lessons. So the more you learn your lessons, the faster this time will speed up. So part of the lesson what I'm seeing here is to tell the devil to go back to hell wherever he came from. And I had one more message. What was it? But I don't want to ramble too much. Oh, some of you may be like battling addictions. So, because the devil, you know, he's this inner self-talk, and whenever we hear this inner self-talk, we want to mask it, right? We want to cover it up. We want to not think about it. We want to kind of mute that voice. And by the way, the devil will mimic your voice, so it'll sound like you, but it's not you. It's a lie. So we want to mute this inner chatter, and we cover it up with like drugs, alcohol, all of that stuff. So if you are emulating the King of Swords energy, you are surmounting your addictions, because you know that you cannot, like, your addictions are not good for others in your life. Like, if you can get a grip on your addictions, then you can be of better service to others. So let's move on to money, health, and career. But before I do, here's a message from our sponsors. But I don't want to ramble too much. Okay, in our money, health, and career, we 2 cards fell out. We have commitment and strength. So let's see what the book says. This is money, health, and career. Money, health, and career. Okay, commitment says, and I like to read the full version, it gives more, like, a deeper meaning of the map of the oracle decks. So commitment goes on to say, a true commitment is a responsibility of the heart, mind, body, and soul. This is a good time to make one. Partnerships formed at this time are harmonious and powerful. The commitment card also indicates the natural evolution of a relationship from its inception to a literal or metaphorical marriage. At the very least, there is a promise of fulfillment in some form. However, you must be conscious of what you're committing to. Be clear about the nature of your commitment and your responsibility to it. Others are more willing to enter into partnerships at this time. Remember that your partnership with spirit and the highest version of your own self will engage the highest self in another. So keep this message in mind, and also remember that this is in your work, health, and career, so this is probably like the job that you're working at now. Reversed commitment goes on to say, you may be walking into a commitment or contract that you will regret later. This isn't a good time to sign agreements or make any choice that would tie you up for a long period. If you're in a relationship, you may not receive the commitment you desire. Don't despair, for something much better awaits you. Now is also the time for agreements to be broken. Remember that rejection is God's protection. What hurts you now leads to wisdom later. So if you are signing contracts at work, then keep in mind that there's always room to negotiate. So if something is going to lock you down and you don't feel like you're going to stay there for much longer, or you have other plans, then don't enter into a commitment that both of you will regret, right? So if, let's say for instance, you want to go from being a temp to being hired on staff, right? If you are unsure that you're going to stay at that company, then maybe it's for the best that you don't get hired on staff, because, you know, that company wants to hire people on staff that are committed to the job instead of someone who's going to quit, right? So if, you know, like if you have in the back of your mind, like, this is not a permanent job for me, then maybe now is not the time to enter, like, to ask for being hired on staff, even though you might get temporary benefits. Maybe the alternative is to kind of put your eggs in different baskets and to see where else you can commit that might be a better fit for you. Let me see strength. Strength says, your true strength comes not from self-reliance alone, but from a sincere faith in a higher power. Strength says, the strength to accomplish even the most daunting tasks is yours at this time. You can connect with and channel the power of the universe. The strength card indicates that your ideas are being tested and refined, and your relationships are being deepened. No matter what happens, nothing can move you off course of evolution. As the potency of your connections becomes more obvious, you're able to harness the creative energies that are available to you now. I like it. So, building relationships with collaborators and coworkers are important at this time. Like, strengthening those relationships is going to help nurture your creative endeavors. Strength goes on to say, have courage and dive in, for magic is the process of finding a form to take. When you remember that real strength comes from a combination of your efforts and reliance on the higher power working through you, all is possible. You can do anything now. So I've been having a little trouble juggling all of my passion projects. I mean, even doing these monthly tarot videos is kind of taking a toll on me. And so, because I work a lot, I work anywhere from 45 to 50 hours a week, and my commute is long. It's like 4 hours a day. So I really, like, have no time to do anything. And, you know, by the time I get home on the weekends, I'm just so drained that I don't feel like I can, like, muster the strength to write or play guitar or whatever I want to do, or even do tarot videos. Lost my train of thought. Let's continue. Please surround us with the warm, white, loving light of God. Please give us God-given guidance for the highest good of all, for Libra and all those who love Libra, in their career, money, and health. Can you clarify devotion and the Six of Swords for Libra, all those who love Libra, for devotion and the Seven of Swords? Oh, I was saying, like, I'm so wiped out, so maybe I should rely more on spirit to, like, give me a boost of energy, right? Devotion and the Seven of Swords. Devotion and the Seven of Swords for Libra, all those who love Libra, in their career, money, and health. One more shuffle. In the other two readings, I asked for one other card in the map of the Oracle. I didn't ask this time, but it gave me them anyway. But I asked for two because I know a Libra She's part of my spiritual community, and I really look up to her. I don't know if she even knows that, but I really look up to her, and she is battling cancer, so I wanted to give a health message for her. I don't know if she's listening or not, but I want to, if she is, I want something for her. So if you are listening, I feel like this commitment card might be a procedure that you that your doctor might want to undergo, or like medication your doctor might want you to undergo. And so I would caution you to be mindful, just to get like second opinions before you commit to that procedure, commit to that medication. Sometimes medications, like, you know, we get started on it, and then turns out it might not be the right medication, so you have to take another to balance it out, or you have to wean yourself off of that one and then get onto another one. So sometimes juggling medications can be problematic. But let's start. Okay, so in your money, health, career, we have the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups reversed is wishes not coming true. Not a whole lot to say about that. I'm not going to go in depth because I've rambled too much, but wishes not coming true in your money, health, and career. So you are entering a phase where you're, again, trying to turn that wheel, trying to make it happen on your own, and you are taking on the energy of the Knight of Bells or the Knight of Pentacles. You could also have a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn in your work life who is significant, but the Knight of Bells is kind of like an entrepreneurial spirit. He doesn't have much experience, like he hasn't worked at a company for 40 years, but he has some experience. You know, he's not as immature as the Page, but he is not as mature as the Queen or the King. What he does have is a lot of energy, a lot of drive, and a lot of enthusiasm to earn money, to like build his material world, build his financial success, and take risks. He's not going to take risks like a Knight of Wands or Knight of Firewood. He's going to take really calculated and thought out risks. The Knight of Bells or the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving energy of the deck, but he always accomplishes his goals. So whatever goal you're headed towards, and you're headed towards a dream of yours, even though this dream isn't coming true right now. See, he's facing his dream, so he's determined on his dream. He just hasn't come into being right now. And and I definitely see, like, it's like something you love to do, something you're devoted to do, something like a dream that you've held for a long time with this devotion card. You're devoted to this dream. You have committed to this dream. And you're slowly moving toward it, but perhaps this time, because it hasn't come to fruition, because it hasn't come into the material world, you are thinking more practically about it. You are planning things out more. You are, instead of like being more dreamy about it, you're being more realistic, practical, you know, setting like schedules for yourself to, like, for instance, what I've started doing, I have a moon in Virgo, and this is like really activated my moon and helped me like really be much more stronger in my emotions. But what I've started doing is using Google calendars to like plan out my entire life. And many people who are organized will tell you to do this, to schedule appointments for every single mundane thing in your life, and just fill up your whole Google Calendar. And man, it's really helped. But it's helped me carve out time to write, carve out time to play guitar, carve out time to I've had to carve out time to rest, because that's like the hardest thing for me is to just, you know, binge watch TV and not think about anything. But it's really important to my health and I need it. So I've even had to do that. So basically you're taking steps to like monetize any content you have. You're taking steps to plan ahead, to like investing in your future. But you're doing it in a small, like, back end way. I see the Six of Swords is like going back to something that you, like the Six of Swords upright is leaving, it's like leaving turbulent waters to go to calmer waters. But what I'm seeing here is, because it's reversed, it's like, it's not necessarily going back into turbulent waters. I think the waters are calm now, but there's no fulfillment, right? Your wishes aren't coming true, and you don't feel this connection, this devotion to it. But through this temporary standstill, you are releasing a lot of pain, or the Ten of Swords is like being stabbed in the back, betrayal, but it's like all this shitty stuff has happened to you, and at this point you're numb to it all, and you can't even, like, it basically doesn't even affect you anymore, because all the pain has left you numb, and all the resentment is just washed away. So when the Ten of Swords is reversed, it's a really good place, because it's like your pain has crystallized into wisdom, and so you are now able to have like better agency over that part of your life. Okay, let's move into love. In your love, we have Celebration and the Magician. Celebrate good times, come on. And we have the Heart of the Matter. Heart of the Matter says, there is more going on than meets the eye. Recognize what that is all about. So let's see, 22. Heart of the Matter says, take a moment to get to the real issues in the situation. Sometimes at the very heart of the situation lies the truth of what is going on. Be honest and willing to do whatever is necessary to take care of this. Okay. Celebration and the Magician. Let's get some clarifiers. Spirit, please surround us with the warm, light, loving light of God. Please give us God-given guidance for the highest good of all, for Libra and all those who love Libra and their love and personal life. Can you clarify Celebration and the Magician for us, please? Celebration and Magician for Libra and all those who love Libra. Thank you. Love and personal life for Libra and all those who love Libra. Please surround us with the warm, light, loving light of God. Please give us God-given guidance for the highest good of all. Please protect us from all who seek to do us harm. Can you clarify Celebration and the Magician for Libra and all those who love Libra and their love and personal life for Libra. Love Libra. One more. Five of Pentacles reversed. Ace of Pentacles reversed. And the Hanged Man reversed. Why am I not surprised? Okay, so I got stuck on this last time. I feel like maybe there's so much anxiety about my love life right now that maybe I have a block on it. Let me try and piece this together. Hold on. I might have to clarify. Magician, Celebration, personal life. Five of Pentacles reversed. Ace of Pentacles reversed. Hanged Man reversed. Well, let me get clarifiers. I don't want to spend too much of my day thinking about this. Spirit, could you clarify Celebration and the Magician for Libras and all those who love Libra in their love and personal life, please? Could you clarify Celebration and Magician for Libra and all those who love Libras in their love and personal life. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please give us clear messages in love and personal life. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please give us clear messages in love and personal life. Thank you for your patience. I really want to give us a good message. I'm seeing some good cards on the bottom. Okay, one more. Nine of Swords reversed. That's good. Seven of Pentacles and the Fool reversed. Still does not clarify much for me. I'm so sorry that I'm having this blockage. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Maybe these cards are going to show themselves again, but I feel like I need to shuffle more on love. So I'm going to shuffle, like, I'm going to spend a lot of time shuffling. I'm going to take these cards. If they appear again, then we'll make a note of it. But it's not like, it's not making sense to me. I'm not piecing it together. So I'm going to be back. I'm going to shuffle on camera too, but I just want to spend a few minutes like meditating over this because I don't want to read Libra for a fourth time. I want to get through, and I feel like I have a blockage in love and personal life. So hang tight. Okay, Libra, so I don't know if I mentioned this. I'm really trying not to make it as long as last month, but I don't know if I mentioned this, but one of the things about reading for others in for tarot, I love doing it. I love, like, I feel like I'm growing spiritually and emotionally. I feel like you know, I get to practice. I've been reading tarot for 20 years, but it's always been like kitchen table between friends and family. And so I love, I've just been able to expand practicing tarot by reading for strangers online. And I love that. I love connecting with you guys. And I got to read for my job at an event. I got to be like this tarot gypsy woman for our Halloween party, and that was a lot of fun, and I got a lot of satisfaction out of that. One of the disadvantages about reading for YouTube every month is that there are some times when I don't want to read for my future, where I want to have faith. Like, I don't want this information, so maybe that's where my block is I don't want to, like, spy in on my future because I want to have faith in God that things will work out, right? And I don't even, like, another thing that's given me anxiety is the person I'm thinking about. I've had a block on doing their readings because I don't want to spy on them, right? I just want to, like, have faith. So, hopefully I can clear out my blockage and give us the best reading. Please give Libra and all those who love Libra a clear message for Celebration, the Magician, and Heart of the Matter. I'm going to shuffle 3 times and it's going to be done. Thank you so much for your patience. I really, like, I don't want to, like, this is the 3rd time I've read for us, and I don't want to do it a 4th time. Please surround us with the warm, white, loving light of God. Please give us God-given guidance for the highest good of all. Please protect us from all who seek to do us harm. Please give us clarification for Celebration, the Magician, and Heart of the Matter for Libra and all those who love Libra in their love and personal life. The Empress reverse, so that's us reverse, feeling off kilter. 9 of Swords, 9 of Leaves, and the 8 of Pentacles. Okay, I'm kind of seeing. I do want clarifiers, so let's shuffle for clarifiers. Yep. Okay. Whew, thank you, Spirit. Thank you for that message. Okay, so, you know how I said I've been having these anxieties and blockages? I think the law of attraction with this Magician card has been kind of like tripping me up. Because it's like, well, let's start with the Eight of Pentacles reversed. So the Eight of Pentacles is a card about someone who has mastered a skill. So in the traditional Rider-Waite deck, it's someone who has chiseled away at all these coins, and he's perfected his craft, he's perfected his art. It's taken a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of patience and skill to get to a place where he can chisel these coins in his sleep, right? So that he can chisel his coins effortlessly. I feel like with a lot of Libras, because we're all about the other, because we're all about the partner, we tend to put more work into situations than we are getting back, right? So we are the first one to work on the relationship. We are the first one to say, yeah, let's go to counseling. Yeah, let's do this. And what I have learned this year, what I want this year, is that I don't want to bend over backwards for people. I don't want to put in all this work for people who are not going to like do a drop for me. And it's not just love, it's my personal relationships. And so this year, you know, and I can't like blame them, I can only blame myself. I have learned to set boundaries this year. I have learned to hang back and let others come to me. I have learned to not put so much faith into others and then get disappointed as a result. I have learned, and part of this like Libra putting in the work is a codependent thing, because it's like, you know, if you know, something is wrong with them, I can be that partner to help them. I can fix them, right? And a lot of people need to learn their own journeys, their own truths, right? So the energy I want to take on is the Empress upright. The Empress is us. The Empress is a Venusian energy. You could be dealing with a Taurus too. The Empress is someone who takes her resources and she multiplies them. She is the ultimate feminine, ultimate mother, ultimate wife, sexy mama card. She's very attractive, very fertile, very abundant, and she, in the traditional Rider-Waite decks, she is a woman, like a pregnant woman, who is sitting on a chaise lounge in the middle of a meadow, and she has like a cornucopia of fruit around her and flowers and growth. And so she's just hanging out, she's relaxing, and she's waiting for resources to come to her so that she can nurture those resources, right? So she takes whatever is given to her, she multiplies it through love, through care, through patience and nurturance, right? So whenever the Empress is reversed, we could be feeling unattractive, we could be feeling like nothing is coming to us, like we can't multiply, like we can't kind of barren. I mean, not necessarily in a pregnant sort of way, but some of you Libras might be dealing with that. And so the Empress reversed is like feeling like you have to go out and get your resources instead of having your resources come to you. The Empress is someone who's very receptive, who receives love, receives gifts. And I feel like I have had to, maybe not had to, but I have enabled myself and my relationships. You know, I've let my generous spirit lead me feeling empty, because that isn't always returned in love, in gifts, in favors, in effort. And so I think the advice is to kick back, let others come to you, be more receptive, be more in, be less about giving. And so the Magician is like kind of in that same vein, but he's a little different, because it's like law of attraction. He has all the tools, he has all the resources, he has all the skills and the talents and the abilities to draw things to him, to manifest, to co-create his destiny. And we definitely have all that, right? I mean, even if we feel like sort of like a lack of self-esteem, a lack of self-worth, a lack of like importance right now, even if we feel like not ourselves and not at our 100%, ultimately any losses we may have suffered actually gave us tools to attract what we want. The thing about law of attraction that I'm feeling here is perhaps an impatience, especially we have the Knave of Wands or the Knave of Acorns. They could be very impulsive, very impatient, because they're fire energy, right? So they want it now, they want it here, they want it now. You could also be dealing with an Aries, particularly an Aries, but also a Leo or a Sagittarius. But because of this impatience, because of like, and maybe like waiting for a really long time for, you know, you to receive love or gifts or anything like that. And gifts, you know, don't just have to be like pearls or anything, just like gifts of the heart, right? Quality time can be a gift. But you waiting to receive a gift of the heart has created a space, again, for all of these imaginations. And likewise, all of these anxieties. So in this waiting period, like nothing's coming to you. It's like in this barren state, right? Nothing's coming to you. You're trying to use like this magnetic force to bring things to you. And the more you want it, the more you try to like get it to come to you. And the more time that passes, again, we have time here. The Wheel of Fortune is all about divine timing. The more time that passes, the more it creates these anxieties. Usually the Two of Swords is about making a choice. And everyone says Libras are notorious for not making decisions. I think that is BS. I think it's one of the misconceptions about Libra. The thing about Libra is we do make choices. We just take our time to make the right choice. And I can speak for myself. I feel like I have made a choice in this department, and it wasn't a tough choice. And there was some uncertainty in regards to how this choice would play out. But I think the advice is actually not to make a choice, to still let things come to you. Heart of the matter. Heart of the matter. The Ace of Swords is over Heart of the Matter, so there might be a truth revealed that helps you surmount all these challenges. I promised that it wasn't going to be as long. I feel like I rambled. Hopefully I can get it under at least 45 minutes. Oh, I don't know if I can. But anyway, that's all I have, Libra. I'm really sorry for the blockage. Hopefully next month I'll be clear. I think it was great for spiritual and money, health, and career messages. But for love, I don't know if I delivered the best. Anyway, I love you very much. Happy holidays. Let me know in the comments if this was helpful. Take care. Bye.